All right, family, how you doing? It's GB in the house. Thank you so much for all the engagements. I can't thank you guys enough. Like we're feeling like celebrities already. I mean, kinda though, kinda. It feels really good, Like yeah, I mean, the conversations have been quite engaging. People have been calling, following up. I mean, guys, tell us more, blah blah. People can, and I think we're feeling the love. Thank you so much for everything, guys. Please just stay tuned. Keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting. It's actually going to be a very long one. And honestly, although this particular podcast should be about, I think we should be about 6 episodes in total. 5 or 6 actually. This is gonna be a third one, so maybe we should have one or two more. It shouldn't be too long, but then we're not going to bring the real flavor itself. We just want to use this podcast to just gather an audience, and from there we begin to dish out the real meat of the deal. You get it's trust me, it's going to be a fantastic experience. I love telling my story, and I'm happy I have the opportunity to tell you my story, our story actually, because it's not just my story. There are a lot of people in this story, as you're going to be finding out in this third episode. I mean, my director, when he sent me the raw cuts earlier, he said this is going to be the most explosive one yet. And I think I agree with him. This looks really explosive. Let me know in the comment section when you're done listening. Thank you so much. See you at the other side. So book 1 will be part 1, part 2, and part 3. Part 1, the plan. July 2003 to July 2007. Part 2, Omotoyosi, August 2007 to September 2014. Part 3, Isabella, October 2014 to June 2016. Then that's it. Now, the second book, book 2, which now book 2 will feature part 4, part 5, and part 6. Now, part 4 will be Echo, the New Reality. That's the title. Featuring July 2016 to November 2017. Now, this will feature the times where I just moved into Lagos and I was trying to settle in the new shock, the new, like, I'd been out of Lagos for almost 8 years. I mean, almost 6 years. So having to now come back to a new reality, the hustle and the bustle, having to do BRT, having to jump bus, having to queue at the bus stop. I couldn't do those things. I wasn't used to them again. It was like something else had, taken over, and I was trying to settle. And of course, I tried staying in Ijeoma, my brother's place, for a while, but I couldn't cope because of the distance. Office then was in Bagada. I mean, Lupeju. From there, I had to go join my sister-in-law, Auntie Clara, in VI, which I thought was a bit closer. And so that's why I was doing it every day. Like, it was quite crazy. I had no car, so I had to do bus and everything. I had to leave the car behind in Lagos, in Akure rather. In fact, the car was not even good. The car I left behind in Akure. And next, I had to save some money. Then I had to take a loan from the office, 400,000 there. 400,000 naira to buy a car. I fixed the car, I sent it to my wife so she could have it. So I bought that car in November 2016, actually, after I think about 4 months of working there, 4-5 months of working there. I bought that, I took the car to Akure. So I just, but then, so the new reality adjusting until 2017, when I now got my own place, because I had issues there on my style. There'll be times I'll be coming from work. She'll call me and say, please don't come home today. Maybe her boyfriend is around or something. So it was really frustrating. Sometimes there were times I'll get to the house and she'll be like, so sorry, she forgot to call me that somebody is around. Can I just maybe go and just find somewhere else to sleep? So it was really crazy, See, in fact, it was really like she even told me to leave her house, and all that. It didn't cost a lot of, issues and everything. But eventually I got my place in November 2017. And I'll end that particular part there. Then part 5, Echo again, the guys and the side chicks. Now this is going to span from December 2017 to April 2021. And this is a time where I was well settled in Lagos and I started having a lot of lifestyle changes. I now had my freedom. I was making more money. I had a car. I had a driver. I didn't have a driver then, but I had a car. But I was living the big boy life, basically. You get, my office was in Ijeoma. I was living I got a place in Bagada, which was barely 5 minutes drive from my office. So everything was just looking good, and the girls, of course, were coming. Because at that point, too, I was already beginning to get quite used to having girls around and stuff. And I was going far deeper. Of course, I had friends who come around, all drink, smoke, hang out, go to also do strippers, joints, do all sort of, the whole 9 yards. There's nothing we didn't do all those times. So that period, while I was there, I met I never had I never had a relationship directly. It was just different girls from different times. Then that was until I met this girl from Daystar. And from there, she actually was my account officer, bank account, she got one my bank account officer. So we got talking, and I realized she even lived not too close to me, just far away from me. So I started joining her to Daystar and everything. We had a good time together. She really liked me, I like that. So of course I was married, and I don't hesitate. Anybody I meet, I let them know straight away that I'm a married man. I don't even waste time about that. Before I even say 5 things, I would likely have mentioned my wife or my children. So I don't shy away from it. So of course, she knew I was married, but we started out, it was just, friends with benefits and all that. So I pick her up. So she didn't have a car. So I pick her up when she's going to work, and when I'm going to work in the morning, I had the driver by then. So, and although before then, I had an incident in 2018. Yeah, in 2018, where I fell right on the football pitch. So I damaged my hip. Unknown to me then, I thought it was just a sprain. I got the wrong diagnosis, and I kept managing, and the pains kept increasing. And at the point I had to start taking painkillers. From 50 milligrams of diclofenac, I moved to 100 milligrams. I moved to 200 milligrams. And I literally had diclofenac everywhere. I had it in my wardrobe, I had it in my laptop bag, I had it in my car, I had it in my office, I had it in the sitting room, I had it everywhere. So at every point in time, I had diclofenac I could, pop. And I abused a lot of this drug so much that I became drug resistant. Right now, I'm still suffering it. Like, if I don't take painkillers, don't work for me. If I was to take paracetamol, for example, I probably would have to take like 4. So my body had become so used to that. I managed the pain for 3 years until the leg kept deteriorating, and it got to a point I could literally not walk anymore. So I had to do the surgery. So I did a hip replacement surgery in 2021. Right, so basically that 4 years was a roller coaster period. It was crazy, and I met this girl then who nearly cost me my marriage during that period. So met this girl out of them. Of course, after the first girl, that one we didn't last too long, because at some point she said she could not. So my family came around one of the holidays, and normally once my family is in town, I don't speak to anybody else. Everybody just leave, don't even come close. I don't pick their calls, I don't call them, I don't chat, nothing, as long as my family is around. So this was the first time I finally was going to come around, when she had met me. And so 3 days, 4 we didn't speak. So the 5th day, she now chatted with me. She now said, "I'm so sorry, can I see you?" I said, "Oh God, I agreed." And I went to see her. And next thing, she told me that she never thought she would fall in love with me, and she's not sure she can cope with this. She can't imagine. She's not seen me for 4 days. She's almost losing her mind. That she thinks we should just end this for our own sanity. Wow, I felt bad because I actually did like her. I said, "Okay, not a problem." And I said, "It's fine," and that was it. So I went back. Of course, my family still stayed for about 2 weeks when they now left. Then about a week after, she calls me out of the blue and says, "Can we see?" I said, "Okay." So I was on my way from work. I stopped over at her place. I even slept at her place that night. We talked, and of course, we had everything. And she told me she still wanted us back. I was like, man, no problem. But the truth is, I'd already zoned off my mind about her then, because I can't be with someone who doesn't like family. I can't be with someone who cannot stand my family. I've paid too much prices. I've sacrificed too much for that family that I'm not going to throw it away just for anything. What do they want to give me, really? Sex or what? So I can't. Yes, I actually do have a high libido, and I'm not ashamed to say it. But the truth is that I see what my priorities are. I love my wife pieces. I don't mess with my family. I will not. That's why I will go through any length. If I make mistakes I won't make, I will beg. If I have to beg, I will beg to make. I do whatever I can to make things right. So that was it. And so I already zeroed my mind. I think I'm done with this girl. Wow. I think that was explosive. Let me know if you do too. Tell me in the comment section. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm looking forward to the next episode. Please feel free to, reach out to us if you want us to talk about your brands, what you do, because trust me, this thing we're doing, right? This conversations, this whole thing we'll be doing, my parallel universe, the novel, the engagements, the conversations, believe you me, it's going to be big. I know, we feel it already. And of course, we need you guys for it to be as big as we envisage it to be. So please, you want us to talk about your brands? Let's do that. This would be a platform to really talk about very positive brands, great brands that are, adding value in every way they can. So please feel free to reach out to us. I'll be happy to discuss with you. Yeah, definitely we are gathering that crowd, that audience, and over time we keep growing. And over the last 2 episodes now, we've had a combined total of over 5,000 likes across all the platforms, YouTube and Instagram. We've had close to 400 comments. Close over 500 comments across YouTube and Instagram. We've had a lot of shares, and I mean, we're building a community, basically a very fantastic audience. So thank you very much for staying tuned and keep showing us that love, liking, keep commenting, keep sharing, and tell us your stories too. Let's share stories. Until I see you next time on the next episode of Conversations with Ijeoma, the podcast, I remain GB, signing out.